All rise. Judge Vanderby Court is now in session. Justice case number JVB 1036, Martinez case.
Thank you.
You are.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Martinez,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm here to put Daddy on child support.
That's his name, Daddy?
Well, that's what I call him.
Okay. Right. All right. So how many children do you and, I'm sorry, I'm not going to refer to you as Daddy. Sir, what is your name?
My name is Dave.
Dave, Mr. Dave. You're putting Mr. Dave on child support.
Correct.
Okay. How many children do the two of you have?
We have one.
Okay. And what's the backstory? Like, was he not paying? I mean, what was going on?
Okay, so we met a while ago in my hometown. He actually...
Okay, everyone. Let's get started on another fascinating child support case. The courtroom atmosphere becomes tense as Miss Martinez steps forward to ask Mr. Dave for child support for their child. She explains that their relationship began as a casual arrangement, with Mr. Dave giving her $1,000 per week. But when she became pregnant, he cut her off financially, leaving her to fend for herself. The judge listens carefully, noting the unusual circumstances of the case with both parties at odds. The stage is set for a heated but fair discussion. Let's see how this plays out because it's sure to get interesting.
To travel a lot. He just so happened to be in my hometown, and we kind of met at a bar. We kind of had a few night stands, something like that. And we kind of got an arrangement to where he would basically provide me with about $1,000 a week. With a week, yes, a week. So with my allowance, it allowed me to begin to do my position as a stylist. And when I told him I got pregnant, he cut me off. And now he doesn't want to take care of our child. We already got a DNA test, and he knows it's his child. So I don't know what the problem is. So I'm here to put him on child support.
Okay, so you lost me at the $1,000 a week part. Was that for you only?
For me, he was kind of looking for something that allowed him to have pleasure and, have fun while he's in my hometown. And I was okay with that, because that's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want anything serious, like as far as, commitment and marriage and all that good stuff. So we decided to just have fun. And now he wants to cut me off because we have a child together and he doesn't want to take care of him.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to address the $1,000 a week part because that has nothing to do with why we're here. I just want to know about the child support part. Is there a reason you haven't been giving her financial support for the child?
I never agreed to child support.
Okay.
I agreed to the fun part, and fun time's over.
So now that the fun time's over, the adult time begins, which is caring for the child.
I never agreed to have a child with her.
Okay, you probably didn't, but you guys were having fun and had a kid, right?
He wasn't complaining when he was up in there.
Okay, so you guys had a child.
Well, there's no reason to complain.
Miss Martinez presents her case in a calm but firm voice. She explains that she had a casual relationship with Mr. Dave, who paid her $1,000 per week for her services, but that everything changed when she became pregnant. He stopped paying her and severed all financial ties, leaving her to raise their child alone. She then took the legal route to demand the support her child is entitled to. Miss Martinez highlights that a DNA test has already established Mr. Dave's paternity, eliminating any uncertainty. She is now present to make sure he meets his financial obligations and resolves any conflicts as a parent. Rises as Mr. Dave gets ready to defend himself. But Miss Martinez won't give up. The stakes are extremely high, and the weight of responsibility is on the line.
Oh, because I don't think I have time for that today. I would have to, set aside some special time to hear all of this story. So we're just going to focus on the important part, okay? Now the child, whether you agreed or signed up for child support, you have a child. You need to take care of that child financially.
Your Honor, I would like to say something. I don't want to make this a personal aspersion on her character. How do I know that's my child?
Well, you already had a DNA test. It's been confirmed that you're the father. You forgot about that?
Evidently, it slipped my mind.
Oh, okay. You're probably having too much fun. But again, you have a child now, and you're going to pay child support. So let's get some information from you. How much do you make a year?
I make a good year up around 108.
108,000. Okay. And health insurance. Who carries the child on health insurance?
I
He
carry.
does.
Okay. And how many children do you have besides this one?
I have 2 children.
2 children. Okay. So we can give you credit. Well, how old are your children?
They're not in the house. They're adults.
Okay. That wasn't my question. How old are your children?
How old?
Yes.
One's 30, one's 35.
30. Okay. So definitely none under the age of 18.
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right. So let's do some math here. Looks like your gross comes out close to $9,000 a month. Your net is about $6,436.81. That gives you, well, giving you credit for health insurance. And you said how much was it?
Health insurance about, I think it's around 200.
Okay. So I'll give you credit for the health insurance that you carry on the child. That will bring your child support obligation to $1,287 per month. And that's all he has to pay.
Mr. Dave adopts a more assured yet defensive stance, claiming that he never consented to have a child with Miss Martinez and that their arrangement was just temporary with no long-term obligations. Although he acknowledges that the DNA test proves he is the father, he maintains that he shouldn't be held financially liable because he never desired this duty. The judge is not buying his excuses, and her expression makes it clear that she reminds him that parenting is a responsibility, not an option, and that legal obligations do not disappear based on personal preference. His argument is based on the idea that consent to a relationship does not equate to consent to parenthood. As the courtroom waits in silence while the judge gets ready to render a decision that will guarantee the child's needs are satisfied whether Mr. Dave likes it or not, the judge becomes irritated with Mr. Dave's contemptuous behavior and lack of responsibility.
To me, but it's fine. I mean, I got my business. I can take care of my child, but I just didn't think it was fair for him not to have an obligation to our child.
I definitely agree with that. He definitely has an obligation to the child in terms of what you all may have going on in fun times. That has nothing to do with me, and I can't do anything about that.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes, make it quick.
I have another life besides this life. I have 2 wonderful kids, a wife, and
Wait a minute.
I need to focus on that life.
Wait a
I don't
minute.
need to focus on this life.
Did you just say you were married?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does your wife know about this 1-year-old?
If this is televised, that might be a factor later on, but at this point, no.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
you were literally at my house yesterday.
Okay, well, you know what? You guys are not going to fight in front of me. So
Sorry.
what we're going to do is, do you have any more questions?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions pertaining to your child support? Not anything else. No fun time, nothing like that.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if there's nothing further.
The judge is swift and decisive in her decision-making. She determines Mr. Dave's child support obligation based on his $118,000 annual income and orders him to pay $1,287 per month immediately. She also requires him to provide health insurance for the child, guaranteeing appropriate medical coverage. She reminds him that his informal agreement with Miss Martinez does not absolve him of his legal obligations as a father. His opinions on the matter do not alter the law, and he cannot choose to omit providing financial assistance. The child's welfare is given priority in this fair and firm verdict. The judge emphasizes that Mr. Dave's personal life, including his marriage, is unrelated to the case, highlighting the fact that financial responsibility is not a convenience. The show concludes with a call to action in case you or someone you know finds themselves in a similar circumstance. She makes it clear in her closing speech that there is no place for debate and that Mr. Dave must abide by the law. Since these children are being raised in child support court and every decision has long-term repercussions, don't be afraid to seek legal counsel. Justice is about protecting the child's future, not just about being fair.